Hari Om, Bhagavad Gita, Moksha Sannyasa Yoga, chapter 18, verse 68. Bhagwan Krishna in the last verse said, to whom Gita Shastra should not be given. Bhagavan said, Gita Shastra should not be given to one, those who have no discipline, whether physical or mental. Two, those who have no devotion, bhakti. Three, those who do not listen or render service to the society. Four, those who hate Bhagwan Krishna. To them, Bhagavad Gita should never be given. Na gadachana. It should never be given. Bhagwan is very, very stubborn in that. Verse 68. Yayidham paramam gugyam madbhakteshvabidasyati bhaktim mayi param kritva mame vaishyatya samshayagam. Swami Dayananda Saraswati says, when Bhagavan says Abhidasyati, that means whoever teaches this Shastra, ya Abhidasyati, whoever it is, whoever teaches this Shastra. Gita Shastra is Parama, that is most exalted. Understanding this Shastra will give moksha. This knowledge is the most secret knowledge, Bhagavad Gita. Why most secret? Because already we have seen a secret is a secret till it is a secret. Once the secret is out, how can it be a secret? It cannot be. But Krishna says this is the most secret knowledge. Why? One, it cannot be taught to all. Only a few, very few can understand. It can be taught only to those who are ready for it. For others, even if they know it, it will remain a secret. One. Two, Gita gives Parama Purushartha. So we know 4 Purusharthas, out of which Gita gives moksha. It is the most profound secret because it is not available for other means of knowledge like perception. Third, it reveals the nature of oneself. The very seeker who is looking for a solution is the sought. His very seeking keeps it hidden because the seeker is the Atma that is sought. So you search the entire world, you go from temple to temple, you read the Vedas, you read Upanishads, everything you read. But the seeker is the sought. That is one more reason. The fourth one is the Shastra reveals the self, which is so subtle. It is not available for objectification, but it is revealed through implied meaning of the words of Shastra. Hence it is Gugya. It is a secret knowledge. It is not enough if the student has got bhakti. The teacher must also have bhakti to teach this knowledge. Bhagwan Krishna says, the one who is teaching this knowledge is doing the highest form of devotion to me. Bhaktim Mayi Param. The one who is giving this knowledge is doing the highest form of devotion to me. When he is teaching, he is revealing Bhagavan. That is the service to Bhagavan. To do that, the teacher has to understand Bhagavan first. Thus, he is a jnani. Bhagavan has equated the teacher to himself. Jnani to Atma Iva. That is Param Bhakti because there is no difference between the Lord and the teacher. The subject matter of this knowledge is Bhagavan. The teacher who is teaching is not separate from Bhagavan. When he teaches, it is as if Bhagavan himself is teaching. Having achieved identity with Parameshwara is a jnani, that is bhakta, and by teaching, jnani bhakta, and by teaching, he continues to serve Parameshwara. What happens to the teacher? Bhagavan says, he reaches me alone. In this life, he is liberated. He is a Jivan Mukta. If he has any problem in this knowledge, he gains it by teaching. Since the nature of Ishvara and nature of Jiva is one, in this life itself, he has recognized that he is not separate from Parameshwara. Further, he reaches Parameshwara after death also, because when the prarabdha karma is exhausted, that is only Parameshwara. So even after death, in this life also he reaches Bhagavan. Even after death, because his prarabdha karma is exhausting, he will not have any further births. Bhagavan says there is no one who is more dear to him, dear to Bhagavan, than the one who is teaching this knowledge. That is what Swami Dayananda Saraswati says. Swami Chinmayananda says, verses 68 and 69, it glorifies the teacher. Bhagwan Krishna advises Arjuna, fight the evil down, whether it be within or without. I repeat, fight the evil down, whether it is within or without. In order to impart this knowledge, it is not enough if the teacher is a mere scholar. He must have the ability to teach it correctly. That means he has to understand. Gita has a special appeal to those who have the mysterious spiritual thirst to live a fuller and more dynamic life. Hence it is said by Bhagavan, this Paramam Gugyam, the deep, profound philosophy, it must be imparted to my devotees only. It is not enough if the student alone has the devotion, but the teacher must also have bhakti. That is, perfect attunement with the Supreme Krishna reality. Bhagavan Krishna says, the teacher who has constantly occupies himself in reflections upon the philosophical ideas of the Gita, he shall certainly without doubt come to me alone. This is a promise again given by Bhagavan. The one who teaches shall certainly without doubt, asamshayaha, come to me alone. Swami Chinmayananda says, an educated man should, in his gratitude, feel much indebted to the men of wisdom, that is rishis, whoever is educated. He must feel indebted to our rishis. This debt, I don't know how to repay it. If there is a debt, if you buy a loan from bank, you have to repay it. Buy a loan from your friend, 100% you have to repay it. Otherwise, your friend will become your worst enemy. So, you are indebted to the rishis who have given this wisdom. How will you repay it? This debt to the rishis can be repaid only when we study their works and preach their ideas every day. Then only this debt can be absolved. Philosophy is the basis of every culture. Hindu culture can revive and assert its glory only when it is nurtured and nourished by the philosophy which is contained in the Upanishads. The great rishis, knowing this secret, urge to the students not to keep this knowledge to themselves, but to impart it freely to others. So, how will you repay? This is the way you will repay. In this way alone, the culture can be successfully brought in the lives of others. So the wisdom you got is a debt to the rishis. How will you repay it? Read it daily, understand it correctly, and share it with others. Then your debt will get reduced or it will become zero. I don't know because the knowledge is vast. So every day you must study and every day you must share. Swami Chinmayananda says, if a student who has understood even a wee bit of our cultural tradition does not convey it to others, it means there is no mobility of intelligence or fluidity of inspiration in him. He who is thus capable of conveying the truths of the Gita to others is complimented here by Bhagwan Krishna with the promise of the highest award by Bhagwan. Bhagwan says, he shall doubtlessly come to me. That person will 100% he will reach me. That is what Bhagwan Krishna says. Having given Swami Dayananda Saraswati's view and Swami Chinmayanandaji's view, I have a small addition to this. In danas, the best dana is Vidya dana. You can give any other dana, but Vidya dana is the best dana. That too, Bhagavad Gita gives Atma Vidya. Even the English saying is, don't give fish, teach him how to fish. So, Bhagavad Gita being Atma Vidya, giving this knowledge is the best of all danas. Saint Kabir said, Hindi pronunciation, so if there is a mistake, I seek your pardon. दान दिए दन ना घटे नदी ने घटे नीर अपनी आंखों देख लो यो क्या कहे Kabir. What Kabir says is, Saint Kabir says is, wealth does not decrease by giving it in charity. A river does not become dry by giving water to all. I am not, he says, Kabir says, I am not saying this without basis. You open your eyes and see it for yourself. That is what he says. Knowledge, similarly, knowledge cannot decrease an inch by sharing it with others. Thus, those who share the spiritual knowledge of Bhagavad Gita with others receive the highest blessings from Bhagwan. In Tamil it is said, Kamban vittu kattu thariyum kavi paadu, which means even if you are a scavenger in the house of great poet Kamban, you will write best of the poems. Maybe a scavenger, daily going there, cleaning his house, cleaning the vessels and other things. But by hearing that poems of Kamban, you become an expert poet. Similarly, if the teacher is good, naturally the quality of the student will be tremendously good. Even today's world, you take, why people rush their son or daughters to study in a reputed institution? Why? Quality. So teacher is very, very important. If the teacher has no interest or love for the subject, naturally he cannot teach well. Finally, in verse 67, according to me, when Bhagavan said bhakti for students, it is Guru Bhakti. A student need not go in search of any God. Guru is Pratyaksha God for him, directly standing before him, teaching him. Whereas when it comes to bhakti in verse 68, for the teachers, the Guru must have Krishna Bhakti. This is what I think. Again, verse 68. Yayidam paramam gugyam mat bhakteshva vidasyati bhaktim mayi param kritva mame vaishyatya samshayagam. Next verse tomorrow. Arihom sarvam krishnarpanamastu. Narayana 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 Narayana